What is going on, Wastelanders? It is me, Lone Vault Wanderer, and thank the heavens, Bethesda currently has no plans for a paid mod system in Fallout 4, similar to the one that we saw with the Elder Scrolls Skyrim earlier in the year. Now, the article that I am talking off of is linked in the description below. I will remember to link it this time, sorry for not doing it in the last video, but essentially it's Kotaku reporting on what a German publication interviewed Todd Howard about. I know it's convoluted and the translation I'm about to show you guys is pretty bad, but it's the best that we've got. So the main bit of this article is this quote right here, where in response to the question, now this is where the bad translation comes into it, in the Microsoft press conference was announced that created by PC fan extensions to run on the Xbox One. That's so bad. If you have to pay for some mods, question mark. This translation's terrible. In Skyrim, Bethesda has experimented with a mod payment option, which was withdrawn after fan protests. So Todd Howard responds with, "How long was the online payment system? 24 hours? I can only speak for the present time, but currently there are no plans for a payment system." And I am so thankful for this, not because I am completely against the whole concept of having a paid mod system, but because I was against the paid mod system that Bethesda constructed for the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. I thought, for one, it was completely unfair to mod creators. They did not get a big enough split or revenue share with the sale of mods. They would only get a very small percentage. For the life of me, I can't remember. I believe it was 30%, maybe it could have been 20%, but still very, very low for something that was essentially their work. Now, of course, Bethesda created the game and they released the mod tools, so all of that would not be possible if it wasn't for Bethesda. But it wasn't just Bethesda sharing in the profits, it was also Valve. And that makes sense because Valve is the distributor, but nevertheless, it still seemed like the mod creator wasn't getting enough. I think that the percentage split should have been more equal, because at that stage it was not equal in the slightest. And also as well, there are some people, not myself, but some people were just simply against the idea of paying for mods. Mods are traditionally seen as a free thing for the community. You don't charge for mods, you don't have to pay for mods, they're free, they're one of the benefits of PC gaming. But that kind of reasoning is simply, well, that's the way it's always been and I don't like change. I don't necessarily agree with that. What I would like to see is mod creators get financially benefited for their work because, one, it takes an incredible amount of time to create really good mods, whether it's weapon mods, quest mods, bug fix mods, whatever they are. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort, and there could be thousands of potential mod makers that are very creative and very talented at what they do or what they could do, but maybe disincentivized to create mods because of that effort, because of that time that it creates. Of course, some people would be of the opinion that, well, mod creation is a hobby and it should stay like that. But when you have yourself to support and potentially your family to support, you need to be having money coming into your household. That's as simple as that. And many potential mod makers might prefer to work an actual job where you get paid for that because they need that income. And they just would not see that financial reward with creating mods, even if they implemented a donate button on their Nexus mod page. So in that sense, I would like to see a system where mod creators can be financially benefited. Do I think it should look like the system that Bethesda rolled out before? Absolutely not. That paid mod system was abysmal in my personal opinion. But I would like to see something different, perhaps along the lines of a pay what you want system. So you could pay anywhere between 30 cents up to $20, for example, for a particular mod, and that way people that don't really like paying for mods can pay the cheaper amount, and people that would not mind paying for mods and supporting the mod maker could pay a higher amount. But that's just one idea to put out there, and I think Bethesda is going to be tinkering with that eventually, because what Todd Howard says is not that there will never be plans for a payment system. What he says is that there are currently no plans for a payment system. So he's leaving that door open, and I want to stress that eventually I'm thinking we are going to see a paid mod system, but something that's completely different to what we saw with the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. I think it's going to be more refined. I think it's going to be more fair to the mod maker. I think there are going to be more options in terms of how you actually pay for the mods, but definitely it's going to be vastly different to what we saw before. And so long as they implement a system that works, that's fair, and that's actually beneficial not only to the consumer, but also to mod makers, then I'd be happy with that. Now, how would it be beneficial to the consumer? Well, if mod makers are incentivized to create bigger and better and higher quality mods, and if potential mod makers are incentivized to start creating mods in the first place, that means 1, we're going to be getting more mods for Fallout 4, and 2, that means we're going to be getting higher quality mods for Fallout 4, which is always a good thing. But those are just my personal opinions. I would love to hear your thoughts about this issue. At least for the time being, we don't have to pay for mods, so if you're worried about that, at least in the short term, don't worry, Todd Howard has put those concerns to rest, but my strong opinion is that eventually we will see something. Anyways, Wastelanders, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links to those pages are in the description below. And until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and as always, keep fighting the good fight.